So I'm going to insert here what I was showing you on my deleted footage. This is called it's going to blur every time I go in front of it, Turkish fold. I took a piece of scrap paper, glued these little things from a book on the inside, and you can put these, excuse me, you can put these together. I have two of them and make glue together. So you pull two of them apart and put them in like a little folded paper. I may do them together. I may do them one at a time. Here's my other one. I am given to learn that these were how they used to fold maps many moons ago. But that's what I was showing you this morning. That's what I was showing you this morning. Sometimes I get delete happy. So, okay, now on with the day. For breakfast, I'm having the Quest Vanilla protein drink, and I'm going to add one of these. I don't have the Devotion protein, but I'm going to add one of these little flavor packets. I don't think it's going to affect the macros in any way. I don't think. But they're all different flavors. You can add them to oatmeal or baked goods, protein shakes, all kind of things like that. So let's just pull one out and see what flavor it is. If it's sweet. Oh, Cinnamon Crunch cereal. I don't want that one because I have Cinnamon Crunch. Oh, Boston Cream Donut. 0 calories, sugar-free, stevia sweetened. This is just called, I think, a Flex Pack, something like that, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to add that to my vanilla shake and see how that tastes. Here's my snack, 1 cheese stick and 2 Slim Jims. Listen, back in the day, that would have been 1 Slim Jim because they were a good size, but boy, they have really shrunk. And I finished my pumpkins. I think they turned out pretty cute. Here is my tea for the day, a Tea Affair Swiss hot chocolate. And one of my dear subscribers wanted to see my 2-cup teapot. I found this at the thrift store. Take the lid off, and there's the little strainer. So, I don't know where you would buy one at. Like I said, I found it at the thrift store. If you really wanted that kind, maybe on eBay. I don't know, but it's a perfect 2-cup amount. Okay, I am super hungry today, and it's early. It's a long time till supper. So I'm going to have a popsicle. May have another one. If I do, I'm not going to show it. Just know that I may have another one, and it will be in my numbers at the end. There's hardly any calories to it and nothing else. No carbs or protein, I don't think. So I'm going to eat that while I'm watching Criminal Minds and working in my junk journal. Well, instead of a popsicle, I thought I'd have a sugar-free Jell-O. I think they're about the same, calorie-wise. I hadn't looked, but they're both allowed on the pre-op diet, so I think I'm good to go. Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you what I'm doing now. I'm making myself a backer board. Junk journals are generally lumpy and bumpy, and sometimes you need a flat surface on the back of a page to work on it. You can make a backer board. This is the packaging that was on the cereal I bought, so it's not hard and firm as the cereal box. Excuse me. So I took a piece of scrapbook paper that I didn't necessarily care for and glued it to the back. Now, this is a piece of laminating paper. I found a package of it at Wanda's. Excuse me. They're bigger than what this machine can hold, so I just cut them down. But they were cheap, because laminating sheets are not cheap. I'm pushing it up to the edge. Let me show you. This is the sealed edge, so you want whatever you're laminating up to the top. Now, this is the laminating machine that Lou sent me, and I've already heated it, and it's ready. So all you have to do, you're just going to be amazed at how simple this is. Put it in there, and it automatically starts going. Listen, laminating stuff is fun. Laminating stuff is fun. All right, where I cut it down, I didn't cut it even, so it kind of got stuck. If you use right size paper, it's not going to do that for you. Now let me trim down the edges, and I'll show you what it looks like. There, I turn my light off over there so it wouldn't be so shiny. I ran it through a second time with another layer of plastic because it just wasn't sturdy enough. I needed just another layer. So there's the thing. I made it as big as, well, actually bigger than this book, so pretty much any size book I use, it will fit. And this is what I mean by a backer board. So you see on this side, I have fabric and I have a little sticker. Sometimes you have those puffy stickers, like these things right here. Those are going to be real puffy. All I have to do, stick my board in there, take this over, and then it gives me a nice hard surface to work with. It just helps, instead of pushing into the other papers, it gives you just a little bit of, well, sturdiness. I've already said the word. We'll say it again, sturdiness. So that's what I'm working on. Well, you saw me do it. I'm done with it. So now I'm ready to work on my book. I am having some afternoon tea. This is the other half of my Swiss hot chocolate. It's really good. It's getting cold in here, and I very rarely get cold, but I was getting chilly and I needed a little something, so I heated that up. And I'm sitting here getting an early start on my editing, so I don't have so much to do tonight after supper. I'm getting ready to have my broth, my protein broth with unflavored isopure. Now, I said yesterday how to do it. I'm going to tell you the best way to do this. If you heard me yesterday, I'm going to tell you again. I've added another step. It will get creamy on you, and it's kind of hard to dissolve completely. Well, put your protein powder in just a small amount of broth. You can put in cold stuff if you want to. I think it's gross. It's better in broth because the flavor covers it up. It's unflavored and you can't taste it, but you can taste it in the cold liquid. Put a little bit in your cup, stir it, whisk it until it's dissolved, as best as you can get it dissolved. Then add I heated mine up in a measuring cup. Don't go over 140 degrees, it'll curdle. Then pour the rest of your liquid in there. Now what's going to happen is, see, there's no lumps. When I got through and added it to it, there were no lumps, but there was that white foam on the top. Take you a spoon, you can still see it around the edges. Take you a spoon and just skim it off, and you can see, other than around the edges, it looks really nice. That's the best way I have found to do that. It's a little extra work, but if you have to have the protein shake, then you have to do what you have to do to make it palatable. Now, before I sit down and enjoy this, I wanted to show you my haunted house that I made a while back. So hang on. Here it is. It was a bird house that I got at the Dollar Tree in the plus section. It was $5. It was just plain wood. You can see inside the plain color. I couldn't get in there to paint, so I just couldn't do it. The whole entire thing is covered in popsicle sticks. The shingles are popsicle sticks. The windows, the whole siding, the door, it's all popsicle sticks. And then I had some moss and some spiders to finish it off. I think it turned out wonderful. This is, I think, my favorite thing I've ever made for Halloween is my haunted house. And I wanted to share that with you. Supper tonight is some more French green beans and chicken. It is the John Souls chicken, Soules. It is in the refrigerated section somewhere. I always just order it, so I've never really bought it in the store. I don't think it's in the refrigerated section. It's not frozen. I can tell you that much. So that is what I'm having for supper tonight. Now coming up next is my shopping haul, and then that will do it. I just had to hop back on here right quick and tell you about this chicken. I forgot to tell you it's the rotisserie seasoned, and boy, it is good. It is so tender, and the seasoning is just, it's delicious. All you do is heat it in the pan. I guess you can microwave it. I didn't read the instructions. David always just heats his in the pan, so that's what I did. A few minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and it's done. You can put it in all kind of stuff, and they have a fajita and a grilled. So if you want a shortcut, I highly suggest this stuff. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but boy, for convenience, you can't beat it. Hey, here is the haul portion. Now, while I went over there, I didn't intend on going to the Dollar Tree. I went to Michael's specifically because I needed another Halloween paper pad. You can see some of the ones that's in it. Aren't those cute? I've used almost all my other ones, and I needed something fresh for this year. And as luck would have it, they were on sale. And then you always have a 20% coupon, so that made it even cheaper. And then I got this. When RJ was little, we just had the TV stations with the rabbit ears, you know. Well, sometimes it was just a coat hanger and tinfoil. But we didn't have no cable or nothing like that. But we had PBS. And so RJ loved Bob Ross. We did. We all did. Look what I found. Bob Ross Fun Dip. It says paintbrush dipping candy. Bob Ross flavor palette. I thought he would get a kick out of that for a little stocking stuffer treat at Christmas, so I picked that up. That was all I got at Michael's. I didn't look around much to try to entice myself into spending more money. Then I get to the Dollar Tree. That's where I spent my money. Well, they've got some of their Christmas ornaments out, so I found this one. I can't remember if this is the one I had from last year or if it was different, but it's going on my tree. Then, as luck would have it, they had these little sweetie pies. Her and her and her. I can pick some of the strings off. But I got these for my Christmas tree. So I can have, I have red and brown balls, and it's very pretty. And I have a few owls. Now I'm going to have a bunch more owls because I bought 7 of each. I cleaned one of the things out, and then the other ones, I think I left 1 on one and 2 on the other. Listen, if you don't get it when you see it, them owls might not come back. They might be here till Christmas time. Who knows? But they might not be. And if somebody else gets in there and decides they want the owl tree, and then they take them all, and then that's the last batch, then I'll do without. And I really wanted them. This is the only, well, no, not the really, the only thing in the Halloween section, Death by Candy. I'm just going to put some of our Halloween candy in there. I'm not going to eat it. Then these are some, I think, stickers. I have so many stickers. I don't think I have these, but you know how I am about butterflies. And I needed 1 more of these. I have some little notions that all my other ones are full up, and they actually had these today, so I got 1 more of those. Then I saw these push pins, and I don't know if you can tell, it doesn't blur, the pin part is longer than a typical push pin, and we run into that problem when we were hanging my Halloween lights over the sliding glass doors. I just swagged across each one, and we needed a push pin with a longer pin on it. So when I saw those, I thought, well, I'll just grab them. And then I saw this. This is the only color that would go for Halloween. They had this in all pink. This is the only black one I saw, but I thought this would be good for doing something at Halloween, I'm sure. Then these, the woman was putting stuff out on the aisle, and she said, I just put them up there. She said, I'm putting up a lot of new stuff. You ought to seen the pallets of stuff that these people were putting out, but she did. She said, I just put those out. It is, and they're, you hear them, they're lightweight. I don't know what they're made out of. Aluminum? I don't know. Something very lightweight. Anyway, here's the tall one. See how it's shaped? And then the next size, how it's shaped. And then the short one. So there's 3 sizes to fit in a little grouping. And I looked up and they had their taper candles. I needed 3, so obviously I had to buy 2 packs. And that is where this comes in handy. If you saw my liquidation haul the other day, I had to stick them. And I told you if you use taper candles, it is worth it. You just take a little bit of that. It's just gummy adhesive stuff. Put it down in there. Nestle your candle in there. Get it nice and straight. And your candle will not wobble. It will hold your candle in there. So I was thrilled that I saw those. And I had this at home to work. So, well, that's all the haul that I got today. And that will do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one.